everyone. Today I have Brian Plott, the Executive Director for Equipment and Tool Institute, or ETI, with me to talk about ETI and its upcoming event, Tool Tech. So, Brian, can you tell us just what is ETI and what's the importance that ETI has to the automotive industry?
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you first for taking the time to talk to
Of
me
course.
and to help promote Tool Tech. ETI it's a nonprofit trade organization, been around for 77 years now. It's supported and served the tool and equipment industry aftermarket space for that entire time. You'll see as you go back in the history of the association, how things kind of transpired and came about. Uh, Companies supporting World War II and then coming in selling into the aftermarket space, and ETI being very key to helping them establish themselves in that space. Um, so we today really do a lot to not only help our members in developing the tools and helping them in the market space, but we do it in very special ways. ETI is an entity that is neutral in the market space. In other words, you've usually got the OEMs and you've got the aftermarket, and never the two shall go hand in hand. But
Right.
we we hold a place there where we help to communicate the urgency and the need for certain things, especially related to OBD2 emissions, into the aftermarket space in the tools that our company members manufacture. We maintain relationships with the OEMs and help them to understand why it's important, both in support of their requirements for government regulation, as well as it's the right thing to do. Um, so we hold our events. This is our technically our annual meeting of the membership. So we have a really good and growing turnout, especially over the last 4 or 5 years, um, in terms of the participation and so forth. And a lot of that comes from the content and the speakers and the things that we were able to bring to them that they wouldn't otherwise be made aware of. So get really excited about that.
Yeah. So, can you tell me a little bit more about just what the goal of Tool Tech is?
I mentioned about that we're a neutral organization. We don't side to either one, but we try to work together to bring them together. That's what Tool Tech is all about. This is a networking event that gets more popular every year, and it's primarily because of the way we've structured it. 2 days. The morning session is a general session, which we will cover business issues. We'll have guest speakers, some of the leaders in their various fields and so forth. But we will have at the event, as well as all of our members who come and attend to see this stuff. We've got this year, I think we've got 9 OEMs with approximately 20 people representing all of them that
Nice.
we're going to be there in the afternoon. The morning session is general session. In the afternoon, we do what are called one-on-one meetings. It's basically speed dating for the industry. So we arrange, I think it's 12 or 14 private rooms in the hotel location where we are. And our guests or members are able to register to get appointments to go see and meet with OEMs, other companies, what have you, in private. Each session's 20 minutes long, and then they rotate, um, and they get to talk to the OEM or other company and discuss whatever they want to in private. So um, that the night of the first day, that we hold a company spotlight meeting, which is it looks like a little trade show. Everybody gets attend. If you want to participate, um, you're encouraged to bring your company's products and the stuff that you represent and bring it to this. You can get a 10 by 10 table. It doesn't cost anything. We lay it all out, and it looks like a trade show. It tickles me exactly how well attended that is. Uh, and then the second day, the morning session is general session again, but with different topics and different things. And we usually have a shop owners panel and an OEM panel, so we can get different perspectives on the same topic from each side of the room and figure out what it is that we can do to help the OEMs meet their obligations to provide the information to the aftermarket space. So we use those relationships for that. Then we have in the afternoon, again, one-on-one meetings, which really, it's a lot. There are a lot of those meetings that take place, but it's amazing that it seems to be the biggest draw to coming to this thing because they get access to be able to hear from the experts, but also to talk to them to really understand and grasp the direction or to make the information and gather the plans to grow their businesses in the direction that they want.
Yeah. Um, so what are some of this year's sessions other than you mentioned the OEM panel and the shop owner panel?
Those are great. In fact, a number of our OEM attendees um, are are coming back and bringing a few more people with them because they got so much out of the
Awesome.
shop owners bit from last year. It was really very informative with some really good folks. Um, I'm excited as all get out for this year's group. We've got Mike Spagnola, who is the CEO of SEMA, who has agreed to come and
Ooh.
give the opening remarks. We've got Mark Sang, who's going to be there talking about artificial intelligence and the applications that everything, he spoke on that last year, but he's going to expound on that this year. And some things took a little shift in direction. Um, we've got Kevin Tierney, who is Global Vice President of Cybersecurity for General Motors, and he's a very highly sought after individual. And we sent him a note and asked him, and he was back like that. He was definitely looking forward to supporting us. So I'm really excited about those. Just just a lot of different people and a lot of different things to talk about. And at the end of the day, you have to have been to one of these to appreciate it. At the end of the second day, usually around around the hospitality suite, or in case of one we did 2 years ago in New Mexico, sitting around a giant fire pit, and you've got the OEMs and you got the aftermarket folks and legislative folks, and everybody's sitting around the campfire uh, and doing their thing, and it's very special. It's very special, and when you kind of listen as things are breaking up into at the end of the event, and you listen and they go like, "That's the best one ever." Those are the kind of things you want to hear them whispering in the background. So I'm hoping that we're going to hit you another home run here.
So I know that registration is closed for this year, unfortunately, but if people want to get involved with ETI moving forward so that they have access to all this really great information, how can they do that?
They can become a member, either a full member or an associate member. Um, Full member gives you rights to do everything within the association. You can hold a board seat. You can vote in different elections or policy things. Um, it's membership is the way in the door, and we get around this time and we get a whole lot of excitement because don't know why they're not getting the word during the year, but we have all these people wanting to come, so they try to can I if I sign up today, can I come? Try to
Right.
squeeze it all in, but we try to do as good a job as possible communicating it. The last one, two, three, four or five events that we've held, um, we hit a point where we hit capacity for the facilities that we were using and had,
Wow.
I mean, like 4 or 5 in a row. We can add and count, but this is, it's been kind of unforeseen, and we're literally maxing out the spaces if because we now started something new with we held a we held a Tech Week event at Toyota, and then turned around and they kind of shamed their friends at Honda into doing it. So Honda did it the last time, and while we're at the Honda event, our friends from Nissan come running over and say, "We'd like to volunteer our facility." So we keep breaking these molds. It's like you you've got an OEM and you're going to invite them into your house, a competitor OEM into your house, and you know who would have thought that they would accept that? Now they're loving it, and it works great for us too. We hold the events at their locations, their facilities. We hear more of the technical things that their uh, engineers and marketing people can bring to the party. So, and just maintain really strong relationships. And grateful to them, all of the leaders of those companies for what they provide and open the doors to us.
Yeah. I mean, you must be doing something right. So,
I hope so. I hope So I'll just be listening for you at the end of this one going like,
You'll hear it. I mean, I might be whispering in your ear, but you'll hear it.
that's good. We want.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Brian. This has been really, really great.